Una, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete.
Beyond the obvious weight disadvantage, Canelo Alvarez is fully aware that facing Terence Crawford, who will be moving up to weight classes to meet him at 168 pounds later this year, presents the toughest challenge of his career. As a result, he has started his training early, ensuring he is physically and mentally prepared to take on the first undisputed world champion in multiple weight classes across the four major belts. Canelo Alvarez has developed new training methods to counter Terence Crawford's in-ring mobility, boxing skills, and counter-punching ability. As he prepares for the fight, Canelo has been training relentlessly, determined to avoid a third loss in his career. More tragically, a defeat would cost Canelo all his belts, and could mark the end of his era of dominance in the sport. When asked in the past why he continues boxing despite his extensive career and accomplishments, Canelo replied that it's his passion for the sport that drives him. "I love boxing," he said.
You're one of the best fighters in history. You're the best fighters in history. You're very successful. You don't have to work hard. You could retire today if you wanted to.
I love boxing. I love boxing and I love being fighting.
While Canelo's love for the sport is undeniable, many of his fans hope he doesn't retire after a humiliating loss to a fighter from a lower division, but instead chooses to exit gracefully as a champion, still proudly carrying the Canelo moniker. He made history as the first and only boxer to become the undisputed champion at super middleweight, holding the World Boxing Association super title, World Boxing Council, and Ring Magazine title since 2020. In 2021, he added the International Boxing Federation and World Boxing Organization titles to his collection. However, he lost one of these titles after failing to face a mandatory challenger. Canelo trained 6 days a week during fight camp, with Sundays being his only rest day. His daily routine includes two training sessions, starting with a morning run around 6 a.m., followed by breakfast and a brief power nap before his afternoon session. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are dedicated to boxing training, where Canelo focuses on various exercises such as jump rope, shadow boxing, and heavy bag work, all designed to sharpen his skills and refine his fight strategy.
Desde muy temprano hay que salirnos de nuestra zona de comodidad.
Canelo reserves Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for sparring sessions, where he, along with his coach and trainer, focuses on pure fight preparation. During these sessions, he visualizes himself in the ring, mentally gearing up for the upcoming fight. When asked about his sparring, Canelo remarked, "It's the hardest thing I do, and it's what fascinates me the most." He prefers to incorporate a well-rounded approach to his training, blending various techniques. For his strength workouts, he combines bodyweight exercises with weight training to build the strength and conditioning necessary for a champion preparing for such a significant bout. Just like with Teofimo Lopez, the super lightweight world champion, Canelo has enlisted top sparring partners to help him hone his skills.
Al 100%, al 100%.
Canelo, an Honduran boxer, who boasts a record of 20 wins with just one loss in his category, starred in a viral video that gained widespread attention on social media. The video, filmed at a training camp near Lake Tahoe on the Nevada-California border, shows Canelo in action against the ropes, delivering powerful punches and fine-tuning his movements ahead of his upcoming fight against Berlanga. The Mexican fighter offers a masterclass in defensive techniques, focusing on waist movement and dodging his opponent's attacks, all without headgear and only marking his punches. Trainer Eddie Reynoso oversees the entire session, which features Canelo working closely with Teofimo Lopez, who has become a key ally in Canelo's preparation for the bout. The video also showcases Canelo sharing valuable tactics with Lopez on how to escape tricky situations when cornered against the ropes. Their collaboration has sparked considerable buzz online, as Canelo sharpens his skills for his upcoming super middleweight title defense on Mexican Independence Day. Canelo Alvarez legendary trainer, Eddie Reynoso, is also playing a key role in his preparation. Teofimo Lopez had previously expressed a strong desire to face Terence Crawford, but Crawford has since shifted his focus to a different challenge. Canelo Alvarez, the undefeated 41-0 champion, who recently dominated the welterweight division, is considering a major move up to super middleweight to face Canelo, while Lopez remains eager to take on Crawford at 147 pounds. However, Crawford seems more focused on the potentially historic matchup against Alvarez. The relationship between Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso is one of the most successful and lasting partnerships in boxing. It began in 2003 when a 14-year-old Canelo walked into Reynoso's gym in Guadalajara, Mexico. At the time, Eddie was just 27, and his father, Dono, quickly recognized Canelo's potential, impressed by his power and skill even at such a young age. Canelo's bond with the Reynoso family, particularly Eddie, evolved from a typical trainer-fighter relationship into a father-son dynamic. Eddie Reynoso played a pivotal role in developing Canelo's boxing skills and shaping his path to becoming a boxing icon. Under Reynoso's guidance, Canelo rose to prominence, becoming one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world and capturing multiple world titles across various weight classes. Terence Crawford is fully aware of the physical disadvantage he would face against Canelo, recognizing that size will be a significant factor in the fight. Despite this, Crawford remains confident in his ability to overcome the challenge and impose his own boxing style. Some analysts, however, have expressed doubt about Crawford's ability to compete effectively at super middleweight, partly due to his most recent performance, a points victory over Israel Madrimov at super welterweight, which didn't showcase the dominant display many had anticipated.
Güey, eres más joven que él, Saúl, eres más joven que él, hay que aprovechar eso, hijo, over the top, if you bring him right, lands right to the...
The potential matchup between Canelo and Crawford has captured the imagination of boxing fans, with both fighters bringing a combination of power, speed, technique, and charisma. The stage is set for what could be an unforgettable spectacle. Canelo Alvarez has built a tradition of fighting twice a year, typically in May and September, with the latter coinciding with Mexico's Independence Weekend. Since 2022, he has consistently scheduled his bouts during these months, and it's expected that he will continue this pattern. This makes the question of his next opponent even more intriguing, especially considering the lack of interest in facing David Benavidez, the mandatory WBC 168-pound challenger. Terence Crawford appears to be a strong candidate for Canelo's first fight of the year.
A Triple G.
Así, güey. Póngase bien listo, cabrón. Chile huevos, cabrón. Siéntese, mijo.
Although the fight between Canelo and Crawford seems to be generating more media attention than competitive intrigue, given that Crawford competes at 154 pounds, 2 weight classes below Canelo's super middleweight division, it still remains a hot topic. Both Crawford and his promoter, Sheikh Turki Al Sheikh, are reportedly trying to convince Alvarez to accept the fight, for which they are requesting $150 million. However, the potential matchup against Crawford seems less compelling in sporting terms, especially considering Canelo's evasiveness in facing David Benavidez and his move up to 175 pounds. With that in mind, Canelo could have other intriguing options for his first fight of 2025.
La goma. Ya está, ya. Mijo, siguen 3 rounds, hay que hacerlo con velocidad, con inteligencia, güey. Sí. ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Te lastimó?
Another potential opponent for Canelo is Christian Emile, a 29-year-old Frenchman with an undefeated record of 28-0. In his most recent fight in August, he defeated Sergey Derevyanchenko, positioning himself as a contender for the World Boxing Council title. However, one possibility that was ruled out in September was William Skull 230, the International Boxing Federation challenger. The IBF had stripped Canelo of his undisputed title after he refused to fight the Cuban, effectively removing the title from him.
And hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Will was going to be fit. It's real simple. Real simple. You just gotta know boxing in order for you to be able to say it.
Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is one of the most exciting boxing matchups that could be made at this moment. And with Saudi Arabia's increasing involvement in the sport, it seems more feasible than ever. Trainer Robert Garcia weighed in on the potential fight, noting that Canelo would have the advantage over Crawford. He also addressed Crawford's situation, stating that if the Omaha boxer doesn't secure a fight with Canelo soon, he will likely consider retirement.
Over with now, while we still waiting for that second fight to happen. I don't know, man. I don't know. They still gotta work things out and see where they go from there.
Although it's a smart man, he's already accomplished everything he set out to achieve. Garcia said in an interview with Fight Hype, "He's done a lot, and he doesn't need to challenge himself further. He doesn't have anything left to prove." Garcia shared that after speaking with Crawford personally, he believes the fighter is eager for the big showdown against Canelo. However, if he doesn't get that fight, Crawford may decide to retire. Garcia also noted that Crawford has plenty of options in the junior middleweight division if he chooses to challenge the current champions. The most enticing possibility is a bout with World Boxing Council and World Boxing Organization champion Sebastian Fundora. He could also face International Boxing Federation champion Bakram Murtasaliyev. Other potential opponents include Jermall Charlo, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Sergey Bohachuk, and Xander Zayos.
Yeah,
In June, folks think that they can get a shot at Bud. Asking, with the belt not even being on the line, is that a fight that...
For Robert Garcia, Crawford no longer needs to pursue another fight, as his exceptional career and unbeaten record have solidified his legacy. He's already accomplished everything. I don't see him fighting just to please the fans, who want him to fight this or that person, Garcia explained. He believes that if it were solely about money, Crawford wouldn't need to fight again, as he's carefully managed his wealth and has investments to support him. According to Garcia, Crawford's only motivation to return to the ring would be to face Canelo and cap off his career with a monumental fight. He's going to look for that big fight. Garcia added, "Enjoy his life, man. He's very smart, and he's invested his money wisely. He doesn't need to fight again, but he's still chasing that big matchup with Canelo. If he gets it, he'll take it. But if not, he may never fight again."
Making his own catch weight for years. You know, Canelo fought a smaller Mayweather. Canelo fought a smaller...
If the fight with Canelo takes place, Garcia believes Crawford could hold his own for several rounds, potentially earning both Canelo's respect and the public's admiration. "I think Crawford could give a good account of himself," Garcia said. "The first 6 or 8 rounds would be very competitive. Crawford has great skills, he's strong, fast, and has the power to earn Canelo's respect and make him respect him. But ultimately, I think Canelo is just too big and too strong. Still, for those 6 rounds, it would be a very entertaining fight."
The way Crawford is doing it is because he knows it's the biggest payday in his life, and he'll never...
A boxing coach recently shared that he received racist abuse and hateful messages after picking Terence Crawford to defeat Canelo Alvarez. Should the highly anticipated fight take place in 2025? Despite the backlash, Stephen Edwards stood by his prediction. Canelo Alvarez, the 34-year-old unified super middleweight champion, is considered the biggest name in boxing. Known for his pressure fighting, intelligent counter-punching, and iron chin, Canelo has won 62 bouts and claimed titles in 4 different divisions while challenging for a 5th. On the other hand, Terence "Bud" Crawford, 37, is also a 4-weight champion and currently holds the unified light middleweight title.
So of course, why would he call up Benavidez when he's calling out Canelo knowing that he's going to make double the money?
Because he wants to fight at 68, that's why.
So that's why.
Crawford's switch-hitting ability and tactical intelligence have earned him widespread praise, establishing him as a highly versatile fighter. With 41 wins and 31 knockouts, he brings an exciting dynamic to the potential clash with Canelo, making it a highly anticipated matchup for both boxing experts and casual fans. This is part of the reason why Saudi Arabia is eager to make the fight happen. However, some have taken it too far. As Edwards revealed, he received a wave of abuse for backing Crawford to win. "I get more racist and hateful emails than you could imagine," Edwards told the media, according to BoxingScene.com. "Just because I picked Crawford to beat Canelo."
You know why? He wants to make the biggest fucking payday.
Does he have a chance in the fight?
Everybody has a chance, but I think he'll put up some good rounds. I think he loses to Canelo.
Edwards described the situation as being harassed by Literal stalkers, who try to bait him into posting their hateful emails just to see their names on the internet. They're straight losers who claim they hate me and don't value my opinion, yet they read my mailbag every week. It's the strangest obsession, he said. He found it ironic that all Canelo had to do was take the fight and prove him wrong, adding that Canelo's fans should direct their frustration at the fighter, not him. Canelo's fans didn't get upset with me when I picked him to beat Bivol, and I was as wrong as to left shoes. It was one of the worst picks of my life. There's no shame in losing to Bivol. He's a great fighter, but I didn't get a single hateful email from any Russians claiming a conspiracy against them just because I picked Canelo, Edwards concluded.
Crawford, Canelo.
He'll put up some good rounds. He'll fight. He'll probably get stopped or get knocked out, but he'll put up some good rounds. Yeah, but he'll put up some good rounds.
Despite the backlash, Edwards remained steadfast in his belief that Terence Crawford would defeat Canelo Alvarez if they meet in the ring in 2025. He made it clear that he won't be swayed by the trolls filling his inbox with hate. Canelo has great IQ and excellent vision. He reportedly beats up heavyweights in the gym, but he knows that size isn't everything, Edwards said. He also pointed out that Canelo has struggled with fighters like Mayweather, Trout, and Lara, who share similar styles and physical traits to Crawford. He knows what Crawford brings to the table, and even if you guys can't see it, you can write all you want, call me names, and insult me all you want. But I'm sticking with my pick, Terence "Bud" Crawford to win by a close decision, Edwards declared. No one is changing my mind.
But Canelo is a great fighter, but my eyes tell me he's slowing down a bit. Canelo that fought Berlanga.
If Canelo and Crawford were to fight, one of the potential dates could be either Saturday, May the 3rd or May the 10th, both of which fall close to Cinco de Mayo, a key date in boxing. However, Canelo might be waiting to see the outcome of the February the 22nd fight between light heavyweight rivals Artur Beterbiev and Demetrius Bivol. Beterbiev defeated Bivol in their first encounter last year, and Canelo may be eyeing a potential rematch with Bivol for revenge. Both fighters are good, and I think both have a chance to win, Canelo commented, referring to next month's undisputed light heavyweight championship bout.
Like, that's a public execution. The fact that he let Berlanga go the distance, he let Munguia go the distance, he let Charlo go the distance.
Although Tyson Fury may not be the best person to advise Terence Crawford right now after his recent loss to a man who weighed about 50 lbs less than him, the former two-time world heavyweight champion has some thoughts on the potential matchup. Speaking to TNT Sports Boxing, Fury acknowledged that weight would play a crucial role in the contest. He believes Crawford could have had a chance to beat Canelo had they fought in a lower division, but he backs Canelo at super middleweight, where the fight is expected to take place, should it happen. Terence Crawford versus Alvarez is a very tough fight, in different weight categories, Fury said. What weight would this fight happen? I don't know. At 168, I'm going to say Canelo. At 140, I'll go with Crawford.
Where once he put him in their place and he knew he could beat him, he just didn't turn the after gear on. And Bud's movement, his feet.
I don't like that fight, Tyson explained during an appearance on the * Come and Talk to Me * podcast on September the 20th. It's too much weight for Crawford. He had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Israel Madrimov, because he was big and really awkward. He shouldn't have even fought that guy. Tyson's point holds weight, as Crawford had one of his toughest battles to date against Madrimov, who was undefeated before their encounter.
Stronger than people realize. I'm not saying he's stronger than Canelo, but he's strong enough. Not a weightlifting contest.
Although standing at 5'8", taller than Canelo, Crawford has a lean frame and would likely lose some mass and strength when moving up to heavier weight classes. Nonetheless, Crawford trusts his judgment when it comes to his body. I think the key is knowing when it's the right time for your body to move up in a healthy way, Crawford told Yahoo Sports before his fight. I moved up in weight because I wanted to fight the best guy in the division.
A pay-per-view to watch it.
Is the skill level of Crawford equalize the weight, in your opinion?
I think if they fought, they'd obviously be the same weight, would they not?
Yes.
So
Crawford is maybe a smart man. He's already accomplished everything he set out to achieve, Garcia said in an interview with Fight Hype. He's done a lot, and he doesn't need to challenge himself further. He doesn't have anything left to prove. Garcia shared that after speaking with Crawford personally, he believes the fighter is eager for the big showdown against Canelo. However, if he doesn't get that fight, Crawford may decide to retire. Garcia also noted that Crawford has plenty of options, in the junior middleweight division if he chooses to challenge the current champions. The most enticing possibility is a bout with World Boxing Council and World Boxing Organization champion Sebastian Fundora. He could also face International Boxing Federation champion Bakram Murtasaliyev. Other potential opponents include Jermall Charlo, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Sergey Bohachuk, and Xander Zayos.